Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This is Praveen here, and I have not told anyone that I am going to start a podcast series with few of the people whom I literally met on LinkedIn, and these guys are really cool, actually, right? And they have accepted our invitation for coming live to our channel, right? And I would like to welcome Piyush on our channel, and welcome Piyush on my channel. And
Thank you very much, Praveen.
Yes,
Thanks
great.
for inviting me over.
Great. It really feels good when people like you support our community, right? And something is there always to learn people like you, right? And that's why I want everyone to watch the podcast number 1 till the end so that you get some of the valuable share and valuable content, right? And before introducing Piyush, I would like to tell you one thing. Piyush is working as a cloud engineer in Google. So definitely I know you all have the notion in mind, like, okay, how to kickstart your career in Google. And that too, Piyush is working in Canada, guys, right? So you all have the notion, right? Okay, I should settle down in some other countries where Google is hiring or Meta is hiring or some other company is hiring, right? So definitely we will come to know all the points. I will definitely ask each point to Piyush and definitely will try to help you all, right? So Piyush, go ahead with your introduction.
Sure. Thanks, Praveen. Thanks. I'm really glad that you have invited me to this podcast series, and you are doing an amazing job with the LinkedIn community and YouTube community by sharing your knowledge and experience with other fellow professionals and students. It's really great, and kudos to you for that. So, hi everyone. I am Piyush. I am working as a technical solutions developer with Google Canada. It's a cloud engineer role where we support premium customers with the issues that they are facing in their GCP products, right? And so I recently joined Google like around three or 4 months back. I joined in February, and before that I was working as a Azure cloud engineer with Bank of Montreal as my client, and I was working on direct contract with the Cognizant Technology Solutions, and I worked there for like there wasn't much time that I spent with them. I worked there for 3-4 months because I have got this amazing opportunity, so I had to quit. But I was really enjoying the work there. Before that, I was working with CIBC Bank. And I worked there for 2.5 years as a DevOps tech lead. And I worked with mainly, Jenkins to automate their CI/CD platforms and everything. I onboarded different teams to work with us and help them with their automation journey. And I also worked pretty good on Azure and Azure DevOps. So I did infrastructure as a code and then CI/CD using Azure DevOps pipeline and Jenkins pipelines. So all those things, like these were my recent experience that I have worked with.
Great. Piyush, it's really great, man. By listening to you, right, you worked in service-based organization. I was literally not knowing that. Even I checked your LinkedIn profile, right? I didn't know that you have worked in service-based. Then you moved into Google-like company, right? So definitely our viewers wants to know, like, what are the main fundas you have actually implemented, right? Whether it is the daily task which you are getting has helped you to grow from that point to this point, or you actually spend some amount of time, extra efforts in order to dream that kind of organization.
Yeah. So actually, what happened was when when I started working with DevOps and cloud platform. So AWS was my first cloud experience that I had with. So I really liked working with AWS. So I wanted to explore a bit more. I kept working on it, certifications and all. So I started with the AWS Solution Architect Associate certification. It was, I guess, in 2018, 4 years back.
Great.
And then, I didn't stop there. I keep exploring the different horizons in this particular field, like cloud and DevOps. So Kubernetes, Terraform. So I worked all of these certifications as well. Then when I got this job with CIBC, in my project, earlier I was working just with Jenkins pipeline to automate their on-prem infrastructure, CI/CD for their on-prem infrastructure, right? But then my manager told me that they are looking to onboard Azure as their preferred cloud provider. So I thought it will be a good opportunity for me to learn a new cloud provider, which is, one of the top service providers in the market right now. So that's when I started working with Azure. I started with Azure admin certification. It was 104 at that time. I did that, and then I did AZ 400, which is Azure DevOps certification. And then I asked my manager if he could give me a chance to to showcase my skills and experience that I have gained by doing these certifications and self learning. So he was really kind to support me with it, and I was able to implement few of the use cases in our project.
Great.
Like I created CI/CD pipelines using Azure DevOps, and then I've helped some of the infrastructure recommendations as well. So it was a really good learning experience for me. So then I started moving from there. I did Azure solution architect certification as well,
Great.
and then there were few more Azure data fundamentals and all. So I was at that time I was proficient with Azure cloud
Great.
along with the AWS.
Great. This is really good.
Yeah.
So people who are watching this podcast, number one, right? So I would like to tell few of the points which actually inspired me, right? So Piyush, if you see the growth, right, he has done mostly on the certification. So people generally come to me and ask me in one-to-one sessions also, okay, Praveen, do I need to do certification or not? So if you see, he has told the entire journey, like 104 Azure he has done, then Azure 400, then he has not stopped with that two certifications. He tried to implement that, right? So that is where we see like, okay, right, there is some difference between the people who are actually trying to get good jobs and the people like everyone around us. So we want to be hardworking, right? So Piyush, that's really a great, well said, and actually you have formatted your transformation really good, right? You learned from what people are giving outside and you started implementing into your
Yeah.
project and gave
Yeah.
manager the assistance that, okay, I will do this task, right? That's really cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Piyush, one question here: how you got the Canada opportunity? Is it like you worked in India as a DevOps engineer and went there? How it
Yeah,
was?
I'll start from the beginning. I'll try to keep it short.
Yes.
But I was I completed my masters in computers application in 2012
Okay.
from tier 3 college in Pune.
Great.
And then I started working with Accenture. It was a campus placement. But then the first project that I got, it was not something that I would like to mention in my resume, because you see most of the service-based companies that we have in the market nowadays, few of the projects, they don't even, consider you as these roles, they are not even meant for a graduate or a postgraduate person, right? So my role was, it was really horrible. We just had to update few tables and provide the document to the onshore team, and they would take care rest of it, right?
Yes.
So that's what I did for the first 1 year, and I was so frustrated, and I didn't have any other option. So I fought with my manager, and I got the relocation. So I got rolled off from that project, and I got another project in Pune.
Yes.
So that's when I moved Pune in 2013 September, I guess. And then I got in this project where it was application support role.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I got to learn a few Linux administration skills, shell scripting, and basic debugging and troubleshooting into Linux systems. So it was a good experience. Again, it was not that much that I would get a job with those experience, but it was a good start for me. And then in my project, they onboarded DevOps and Agile methodologies. So I got the chance to work with Jenkins, Chef, GitHub, all those CI/CD tools. So there, like from there, my DevOps journey started. But again, we were using freestyles pipeline or mostly multi-job pipeline. It was not Jenkins file or Jenkins pipeline.
Yes.
It was not pipeline as a code. So even then, it was something to start with. So I was there for around 4 years or so, and then I moved to Amdocs again in Pune,
Okay.
and it was a level 3 support role. It was not really specific uh, to DevOps or cloud. It was more into again application support. Plus there were few code troubleshooting and code debugging.
Got it.
All those things.
Got it.
So then that's when I decided that it's not going somewhere. I'm not somewhere that I wanted to be, because my experience was restricted to a telecom product, which was Oracle BRM, and there wasn't much companies out there looking for that particular experience. There were few like Oracle, Techem, Accenture,
Yes. Yes.
and all those things, but there wasn't many companies. So I wanted to, broaden my horizon from there. So I thought, let's take a leap of faith. So I checked with my wife, like I talked with my wife, and we decided that we'll move to Canada. So there was this express entry system in which you give your English proficiency exam, and based on the score, you get certain points. And on top of that, there are certain other criterias like your education, your work experience, your age, and all those combined will get you a cumulative score. And based on the monthly draws that we have, you'll get the invitation if you get that certain number of points.
Correct. Great.
Right.
Great.
So yeah, so that's how I landed in Canada.
Great.
But then I didn't have any job, right? Because
Yes.
I just came as a permanent resident, but
Yes.
I still had to do the initial struggle. I didn't have the job. So I came here. I came here alone. I didn't like my wife didn't come along with
Got
me
it.
at the beginning.
Yes.
But we both did quit our job. She was also working with Amdocs. We did quit our job, and we were like unemployed for a few months.
Oh my God.
And and I moved to a different country, and I left all the well settled job
Yes.
back in India, and we didn't have much money, we didn't have much saving. So I told my wife, let's do one thing. I'll go there and I'll start looking for a job. I'll give myself a good 3 months, because I just wanted to be sure that I'm taking the worst case scenario.
Correct.
So I said, if I don't get the job in first 3 months, I'll come back and we'll start looking for a job in India. Right. So that was the plan. Then I came here, and we see the DevOps market was really hot there. And I started I wanted to make sure that like whatever goals we have set for ourselves, I'll achieve that as soon as possible, because we were running out of savings.
Yes.
And it is hard to survive in a foreign country when you don't have much saving, because
Definitely.
the cost of living is too high over here when we compare it with India. So so I started making sure that I'm ready for the market, and I started applying for interviews. I was getting some interview calls, like I was getting almost 3 4 interview calls every day. And I was going to give the interviews almost every other day. But then I was like, whenever I was giving the interview, I felt like I'm lacking somewhere. Like people over here mostly asking about the Jenkins pipeline experience, like
Yes.
pipeline as a code, multi-branch pipeline,
Yes.
Docker, and all those things. But that experience I didn't have. I only have the basic Jenkins administration experience plus Jenkins freestyle job experience. So that wasn't sufficient for me to get a good job over here, right?
Got it.
So I thought, I'm not ready yet for this. So instead of wasting my time, I'll just go ahead and get any job that is there for my survival, and then I'll keep continuing my job hunt.
Great.
So there was a drive with like a walk-in drive with Citibank
Great.
over here. So I went there. There was around 100 people, and I was shocked to see. I was terrified, like whether I'll get the job or not. It was again an application support role, but it was mostly around Linux administration, Unix
Great.
skills, and all those things. So which I was really proficient with.
Mhm.
So I got that job. So there was, I guess, day 17th in Canada.
Oh, lucky
So I
man.
was able to, yeah. So I was able to achieve the goals that I have set within
Correct.
the first 17th day.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's
This
when then I
this journey is really awesome, man. Like, see, if you take the hard steps, right, to the viewers, right, if you have understood what Piyush is telling, right, definitely he is motivating me. I don't know how many of you are watching till now or have skipped the video, but if you guys are watching, I would like to tell Piyush has taken this step which very few people take, right? Piyush was having job, he was well settled in India, and then he decided to leave the job and then move to Canada, right? In order to have some good things there, right? So, and he has decided the goal also, like 3 months will he has given, then if it is not working he will come back to India, and the plan is really awesome. And we got to know one more point here. So those who are actually looking for some good opportunities outside India, so Canada is the best place, is what I feel personally after talking to Piyush, because Piyush was telling like there is some entry level scheme where they will check about your marks, about your English proficiency, about your overall experience and everything, and they take out the draw lottery, right? And if you are the
Yeah.
person standing apart from others, definitely you will get it. And I got to know very good points. So Piyush, thanks for sharing those things. I think no one
No
has
problem.
actually told me. Everyone used to tell like you have to do a masters there and get a job, but this was really a good point. Yes, I think.
To
Yes,
move to Canada, or
yes,
so yeah. So that's the easiest path. You get admission to a college, and
great,
let's say if it's a 2-year degree course, then you'll get 3 years of work permit with it,
correct,
and then you can apply for your PR. But I chose the other way because I didn't have much saving with me
correct,
to pay for a 2-year degree course.
correct, correct. That's what
So
is
that's why.
important.
So yeah, so
That is
that's
really
why I
great.
chose
That
this
is really
path.
great. And you have kept the 3 months of time frame, and 17th day you still
Yeah,
remember, right? That was, I think, the
yeah.
goosebumps day where you are getting a
Yeah,
job.
because I was counting each and every day. I couldn't sleep at night because I didn't know when my savings gonna end, and I was there was one of my friend as well who was doing job search with me. So we both were like kind of in this situation where we were saving each and every penny where we could. We were walking like 5 kilometers, 6 kilometers just to avoid the bus tariffs and all.
Correct, correct. That
So
is really good.
so yeah, so we were doing our best, whatever we could to survive and to get our first job.
Great. So Piyush, really awesome, man. Whatever you are telling, it's really good. And I would like to ask one more question. So tell me
Mm.
something like you already told like you are working in Google and as a cloud support engineer on GCP, right? So what are
Yeah,
the day in and day out tasks, right? What are the
yeah,
actual tasks you actually do on GCP?
yeah, sure. So like I'm working with GCP as an infrastructure specialist. So my core services that I'm working on is mostly GKE and monitoring, alerting, all those things. So whenever a premium customer raises a ticket with GCP support, so if it's like it gets like first it gets assigned to a team
Yes.
who's at the front line,
Hmm.
and they do the initial troubleshooting, and if they are not able to resolve it, it gets to me, and then I have to get in call with customer if required, or I have to do the troubleshooting by looking at the logs, or if we want to reproduce the issue in our test environment.
Yes.
That's what we do, and then we provide the solution to them. If it needs to be some sort of coding change, then we
Yes.
involved our engineering team
Great.
to
Yes.
have it looked at it from their perspective as well. So like this is the main what I say day-to-day responsibility.
Great.
And so around 70-80% time we spend on these tasks, and rest 20% we can work on our other projects
Yes.
that we are part of.
Great. So, Piyush, one more question. I was thinking like, how many rounds? Like, let's take in India. Like, I got rejected in
Mm.
Google. I had almost 4 rounds. They rejected me. So every Google has the same rounds of interviews, or how is your
Yeah.
interview experience? Can you just tell me
Yeah,
like how
so
many
yeah,
rounds
sure,
were there?
definitely. So I have also made a video in my YouTube
Oh,
channel
is it?
about
Yes.
this, about all my
I
interview
yes,
experience.
I
So
was
have a
about to
look
tell.
at that when
Yes.
you get a chance. So, but now, so what I can tell you is, so there were around 6 rounds. First one, it was with HR, like
Mm-hmm.
a formal
Yes.
conversation,
Yes.
and then I was scheduled for a 4 round, like it was a back-to-back round in one day itself.
Okay.
So there were around 4 rounds. Two of them were like, one was troubleshooting the code, where they have given a snippet of code
Mm.
in the preferred in your preferred choice of language,
Yes.
and then you have to find the issues associated with it, dry run the code if needed,
Mm-hmm.
and you cannot run the code. It was like it was not in the editor on an
Oh,
ID,
okay. Okay. Got
right?
it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you just have to dry run it from your side, and you have to find the issue. So that was one of the round. Along with, there was some basic Linux administration questions.
Got it.
There was one more round in which they will test you about your fundamental knowledge, like everything that we have studied in college
Mhm.
as part of networking infrastructure. So you should be good in that as well,
Yes.
right? Again, they don't want you to answer all the questions, but better, like the more questions you answer, the better it will be for you.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah, so there was this round, and then there is a round which is around leadership principles.
Okay.
So it is called Googliness Round.
Yes.
So they will give you some behavioral and hypothetical situation, and you have to answer based on that, and it should closely align with their leadership principles.
Great. So yes, Piyush, I forgot to tell to the viewers, guys. Those who are watching the stream, I will definitely tag Piyush in the description. Right? Piyush is also running a YouTube channel where mostly he will be talking about all his interview experiences, all his content, all his knowledge. Right? He want whatever he has gained in this much of experience. Right? So you can see the mostly he will be talking on, I think, Azure mostly, and Google. Right? So definitely check out his channel. And it was really good talking. I would like to ask one more question, which I am thinking, Piyush. Right? So when you were telling, like, in the previous organization you worked on Azure, right? Azure 104
Yeah.
400, then you did
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
architect. But how come you joined Google then, right? So people,
Yeah.
even I have the mindset, now I am working on AWS. Okay, let's think like that.
Mm.
And I am targeting Google. So their GCP is there, right? How come I know AWS and they will take me in? So what Funda?
Yeah, they would. I'll tell you why. Because so I started working with AWS, right?
Yes.
And then I work with Azure,
Mhm.
and then I am working with GCP without any GCP experience.
Correct.
So the way it works is with all the cloud providers. So the basic conceptual knowledge is same, right? IaaS services will be IaaS in each of the cloud providers. PaaS services will be PaaS over there. Use cases will be almost the same. It's just the name of services will be different.
Yes.
So if you know the basic concept, basic knowledge, how it works, it will be easier for you to move from one cloud to another. And that's what companies are looking
Great.
nowadays. They
Got it.
so because like no one could be proficient in all the clouds,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So if you had experience with one or two clouds, it will be helpful for you and for the companies as well to assess your skills based on that experience.
Great. So
So,
Piyush, it
so
was
that's how
it was really good, right? And within a short summary, guys, I would like to tell you. See, if you don't take major steps in the life, right, it will definitely not lead you better opportunities, right? So how he has stopped the India life and then he took a change, right? And he worked into multiple platforms like AWS first, then Azure, then GCP, and even I got to know more things, like maybe next time I will be definitely implementing those things, right? So Piyush, at the end, before we wind up this first podcast on my channel, so any tips for the interviewers, I mean, in who are actually attending the interviews, right? So any tips for the viewers as well as for me, so that we will definitely look out for the better opportunities.
Sure, definitely. So what I would say is, don't fear the rejections. Just go out and explore everything. Just give yourself some chance. When you see people getting placed in big organizations, Meta, Amazon, Google, or like anything, you would the first notion that comes to your mind would be this guy would be good in data structure, or this
Yes.
guy would be really amazing with their coding skills. So but no one talks about the rejections, right?
Yes.
No one talks about how many rejections that person could have faced before joining that particular organization.
Correct.
So if I take my example, in past 3 years I was rejected by Amazon around 8 times. So I interviewed around 8 times, and I don't feel ashamed at this.
Yes.
Proud about it, because I have learned each time from my every rejection. So
Correct.
every interview teaches you something. It's up to you how you gonna implement it and how you gonna learn from it.
Great.
So after each interview, I keep a list of my to do.
Yes.
Like I note everything that was asked in the interview, and I started working on those skills which I thought I was lacking.
Yes.
So that's how I improved myself after each and every interview, which helped me getting this offer in Google.
Yes.
So if I wouldn't have gotten so many rejections, I wouldn't know what questions they're gonna ask, or how I'm gonna present myself, or what is out there.
Correct.
So
Correct.
rejections are something really important if you want to succeed in your career. And I would say, if you get the rejection in any of the big companies, don't get disheartened with that. Just keep it as a learning lesson for you, and try to improve yourself at least 1% after each interview.
Great.
So that's my only suggestion.
My God, seriously, 8 times rejections at with Amazon is, I mean, at least I will take a look back, like, okay, oh my God, what is happening? But seriously, cool man, like every question you have given a perfect answer, which is actually motivating everyone. I believe everyone will be motivated. At least I got motivated, like 8 times rejections, different certifications, the level of thoughtness, like leaving the job and going to other opportunities, everything. I believe that my viewers will definitely check out this video completely, right? And thank you again from bottom of my heart to actually accept my invite and definitely coming onto my channel. And guys, I will tag Piyush again into the description, as well as on the part also, main heading. So just check out that, right? Check out his channel, subscribe to his channel also, right? Even our channel is growing, so let's take Piyush also into our journey, and let's grow together, right? So with that said, again, thank you all for watching this podcast. Maybe next time I can call Piyush to live also, because few people see, few people do not see. Definitely we want to inspire more people. And again, thank you, Piyush, and it was great.
Thank you very much,
meeting you.
Praveen. Thanks for giving me this wonderful opportunity to talk, and it was really a good experience talking to you.
Great.
And that was really good. Thank you very much for everything.
Thank you, Piyush. Yeah, great.